What is going on, everybody? Nash here, and today I'm going to be showing you some of the better hiding spots and peek holes for the map Bartlett University. So on this map there's a lot of hiding spots that not a lot of people know. So starting off with the first place, it is the room next to the piano room. So if you think the enemies are gonna push through this room, this is probably one of the best spots that you can pick. Once you break all of these wooden tables, you can crouch behind these green sofas, and with that you're really well hidden against the enemies that want to push this room. Of course you can go on the other sofa as well, but it is not as well hidden place as it is the sofa on the right. So if you go prone on this place, you can catch your enemies off guard and most likely get a kill, because not a lot of people know about this spot. Also, one of the better spots that also includes some of the sofas is the sofa in the middle of the hallway. So if you go prone again in this spot behind the sofa, you can check it on camera even, and most likely get a kill on an enemy that is lurking around or just passing by and going towards the point. So once you hear the sounds, you can just pop out behind the corner and instantly get a knock and maybe an interrogation. As for my third spot that I'm going to be showing you, it is the one that involves going into the bathroom itself. I know that bathroom is not much of a popular spot, but if you go into the bathroom and whack these wooden parts, you can go underneath this desk itself, and when you do that, you're most likely not gonna be discovered, as it is pitch black and Caviar's body is so small that you're not going to be noticed. So it is really good when you want to just check out the cameras and see if you want to flank an enemy, or maybe sometimes if the enemy is going through the glass room, you can see them on the camera, just, you know, pop off and probably get interrogation as well. So it is probably one of the better spots that you can get on this map. Of course you can break all of these if you want, but obviously the best one to pick is the first next to the door, because it's gonna be harder to spot. Now, as for the next spots that I'm going to be showing you, they're pretty much a classic hiding spot for everyone. The first one is underneath the desk in the front of the, front door. So what you can do is hide below the desk and pop a hole and maybe get a kill if the enemy is pushing the front door. Of course, sometimes you will get noticed if there's a drone, so the smart idea is not to break the wooden desk and just wait for the enemy to first go in, and then you can get a kill. This can be as well done on the desk upstairs. You can just go prone underneath them and wait for the enemy to pass by. As for the next spot that I wanted to show you, it is the one that involves these wooden shelves. So what can you do here is, if you aim right here, you can climb on the top of these wooden shelves and blow out the part of the wooden shelf right here, and you can easily watch this window right here. But if you want, you can of course whack it with your melee attack and you'll make a smaller hole, so you probably won't get noticed. But if the enemy's pushing, there is absolutely no way that they can notice you right here unless they drone you. And what else is good about this spot is you can actually go and from the crouch position you can check the front door itself. So you can check two places at once and you won't be easily noticed. As for the next part in this B site, it involves going prone in this spot right here where you can break it with your melee attacks. So it is especially good if you have an operator that has a smaller body like Caviar, because you won't be noticed as easily. But as well, this is a place where you cannot get noticed from the window itself. So unless somebody shoots the box in front of you, there is absolutely no way you can get noticed unless droned. So it is a pretty good spot to wait for the enemies that are gonna push this window. As for my next spots that I wanted to show you, it involves going into the trophy room. So usually a lot of people just want or like to push through the trophy room. So what you can do as smoke, you can break the wooden shelves where the trophies are and make these holes right here, so you can watch the enemies that are going to push the window itself. So once they decide to do that, you can just wait for them and just blow their brains out, if of course they try to go in. And there's absolutely, well, there's little chance that you'll die from this. Of course, if the enemy has a grenade and there's no Jaeger, the possibility is high, but in the most cases you will get a kill. So as for the next spot, it involves breaking the wall above the hatch room And with this, what you can do is you can blow out the parts of the wooden shelves. And with this, you can bait the enemy. If they drone you out, they're probably gonna think that you are behind these wooden shelves, but actually what you're going to be doing is guarding this angle right here. So, you know, it's a sword with the double edge. It can work really good or it can fail, because sometimes the enemies will have a stun grenade and it won't just work in your favor. But in most of the cases, you can get an easy one tap with your shotgun. Also, one of the cool things that you can do with the smoke that I didn't mention is put the barbed wires right here and then blow out this whole part with your shotgun. So what this does is provides you with the visibility from below. So if you know the enemies are gonna push the A side on the classroom itself, what you can do is just go from below and wait for the enemies to push and then just try to shoot them down with your shotgun, because the visibility is going to work in your favor, because not a lot of enemies are just gonna try and spot you from above to below. And of course, before you blow out the whole floor, put the barbed wires down, because you cannot put the barbed wires down if the floor is broken. So you can only put it on the wooden part itself. So once you break it, just wait for the enemies to come by. So just one tap them or two tap them with a shotgun, and you have less enemies to deal with. And not only that, but you prevent people coming from trophy room and from the hallway itself. So the only way to go is from the library. Now, one of the more popular spots for defending in the Bartlett University is when you're defending below the classroom itself. What you can do is blow out the floor with your shotgun. It doesn't matter which operator you have, but it's probably the best to have Smoke, because he has an you know, sidearm SMG, or of course you can pick an Echo. It doesn't matter, both are good. And what you can do is just wait for them to try and go in and just, you know, tap them in the head with your SMG, and yeah, you get a kill. Now I wanted to show you some of the more dirtier peek holes that you can make on this map. And the first one is the one that involves using this wall to break to look into the stairs itself. So once you break this wall, you can look down below the stairs, and once the enemy pushes the glass room, there is absolutely no way you can detect it unless you get droned out. So the first thing enemy is going to see is the stairs, but they will not immediately see you. So what is good about this spot is because the enemy pushes in the glass room, the first thing they're going to check is the hallway and the kitchen itself. So the part of their body that will be visible is the legs and the torso, and because of that, they will not see you because of the, you know, position of their body. And because of that, you won't be seen by them. And what you can do is just shoot at their body or legs and get an easy kill on the enemies that are pushing through the glass room. So yeah, this is one of the dirtiest spots that you can get on the enemies. Also, what is considered a good peeking hole is the one that involves going into the glass room itself, or rather just in front of it. So what you should do is just mark the window itself and make a little hole with your Jaeger gun or whatever gun you're making. So to just show you how small this hole is, it's barely even visible to you from this distance, and if the enemy pushes in, it's gonna be even more barely visible to them. And once you notice the enemies are trying to get through this window, you can just easily spray with your weapon and get a kill. So yeah, as I said, this is one of the dirtiest spots that you can use against the enemies that are trying to rush or just push through the glass room. And of course, for the last dirty peek hole that you can make, it involves going into the library itself. So if the enemy is trying to push this door through this hallway, what you can do is you can just break this wooden part of this wooden shelf and aim through this part at the enemies that are trying to push in. And believe me, I tested it with my friends, and it is not even remotely possible to spot somebody because you will most likely blend in with the environment. So if you're an enemy trying to push, there is absolutely no way you can spot this little gap underneath this broken wooden shelf. So yeah, this pretty much guarantees a kill on an enemy that is trying to push. And it is even better if you have barbed wire, so you can slow the enemy trying to push on this door, and that'll even make it more easier on you. Now, as for the last part of the video, I wanted to show you some of the more cool tricks with the shield vaulting or just going over the shield itself that you can do on this map and, you know, just make some awesome kills. If you can get a shield near between these two desks and just climb on this one, try to rush over one desk over the shield and then climb on this part right here. So I'm going to repeat it. So go over the desks itself and just climb here. So what this gives you, it gives you a clear advantage over people that want to push through this door right here or from the west door right here. And of course, if the enemy is trying to push the window itself. So what you can do is you can break the window itself a little bit and wait for the enemy that are trying to push from the north side to come close to the window itself. So what can happen is you can either get a nice kill on them, or as they're trying to pass by you can wound them and then later on finish them or just jump out and kill them. So this provides you a nice place to get a kill. And of course, if enemies trying to push through the kitchen or through the glass room, you can get a nice kill, because from this spot you cannot be easily noticed, because the only thing that can be seen is your feet. So not an easy job for an enemy who's gonna push through. The next one involves you going into the glass room itself. So once you put the shield down, what you can do is you can actually just vault over it and it'll put you automatically on the windows. So the enemy spawning from the northwest are gonna have a difficult time dealing with you, because they're probably not gonna know that you are on the window itself, because not a lot of people know about this actually. So the people pushing through the tunnel or through this alley are probably gonna get killed by you in a couple of shots. So yeah, one of the dirtier shield tricks that you can do on this map. Also, one of the dirty spawn peak positions for the shield is from the upper hallway right after the classroom itself. So if you push through this hallway to this room right here, it'll also give you a vault option, and what you can do is spawn peek on the people who are spawning southeast or maybe southwest, but it's probably gonna be an easier spot on the southeast. Of course, what also this gives you is the opportunity to shoot people that are down below, or you know, right in front of the front doors. So yeah, possibly an easy kill. So not only does the enemy not see the shield itself, but they just do not expect you to vault over the shield and just go on the window itself. Now, as for the last shield trick and the last peek hole of the day I'm going to be showing you is the one that involves putting a shield right in front of this window. So what this does is gives you an opportunity to maybe peek on the enemies that are spawning from the southwest. So what you can do is you can just break the window a bit and wait for the enemy to push from the southeastern spawn point. So not only is the enemy not gonna expect something like this, but most of the people just push the front door, and even if they see broken window like this, they're not gonna expect that somebody's going to be on the shield up here. And also what you can do is, while you are on this shield, you can peek on this window on the right on the B side. So not only are people gonna think that you're on the left side, but you can just hold this angle on the right and like most likely get a kill on the enemy that are not expecting something like this. So yeah guys, I hope you liked all of the hiding spots and peek holes for the Bartlett University map. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, well, you know what to do. And of course, if you have some better hiding spots or peek holes, please share with everybody else in the comments. And yeah, please tell me what map would you like to see next for the next hiding spots and peek hole video. So yeah, until the next time guys, I hope you enjoyed playing Rainbow Six Siege, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Goodbye.